Hi, today we are chatting with Dr. Harry Somaraju about his new book, From Anxiety to Amazing in 60 Days, Transforming Stress, Anxiety, Anger into Sustainable Happiness. Dr. Somaraju has had a broad career in pharmaceutical sales, in real estate, and in, let's call it his second innings. He's completed a PhD in psychology, and now he has authored this book. He also happens to be my father in law. So, welcome, Uncle. It's a pleasure to speak to you like this today. Please tell us about the book.
Oh, thank you, Amrita. It's my pleasure as well. As you said, my book, Anxiety to Amazing in 60 Days, is about transforming anxiety, stress, anger, and depression into sustainable happiness. It's a comprehensive guide to managing and transforming all these negative, depleting emotions through mindfulness and other well being strategies. It combines practical exercises, scientific insights, and personal anecdotes to provide readers with tools that they need to cultivate lasting sense of happiness and inner peace. The book is designed to be accessible to everyone, regardless of their previous experience with mindfulness and other well-being strategies. I suppose, in a nutshell, that's what my book is about.
It's really interesting because you mentioned a couple of things in there that resonate quite strongly. You mentioned sustainable, you mentioned previous experience with engaging with, let's say, mindfulness. I have been, let's call it, guilty of reading and consuming many self help books over the years. And there are many self help books out there. So, is this one and why is it different?
Good question. Yeah, I'd say what sets my book apart is its integrative approach, combining cutting edge research on heart rate variability biofeedback, mindfulness, and positive neuroplasticity with real life applications. Unlike many self help books that offer just quick fixes, my book emphasizes sustainable practices that lead to long term being. It's all great to be feeling great temporarily, but the main thing is about building a foundation for enduring happiness. Additionally, the book is rooted in my personal experience and extensive mindfulness and other meditation practices, heart rate variability biofeedback, and also positive neuroplasticity. These things allow me to present strategies that are both practical and deeply transformative.
One thing I've known about you over the years is you practice what you preach. And you mentioned over there that it comes from your self journey, your self learning. And I know a little bit about it, and I think it's very interesting. Can you talk a little bit about your self journey with anxiety, maybe implementing some of these strategies yourself?
Oh, thank you. I can. During stressful periods in my life, like everybody else, I had a number of those. I relied heavily on mindfulness practices and heart rate variability training. And unlike other people, when we immigrated to New Zealand with two grown up children and with a couple of $1,000 in my pocket, it was even more stressful. So I use strategies that help me stay grounded and maintain a balanced perspective in the face of all these stress and anxiety calling situations. I also incorporated regular physical activity such as badminton, running, resistance exercises. They provided a healthy outlet for the stress and also improved my overall well being. Additionally, writing and reflecting on my experiences was also crucial, allowing me to process emotions and gain clarity. These practices are all detailed in the book, along with a step by step guidance how readers can implement these strategies in their own lives so that it becomes a routine like brushing your teeth.
You mentioned physical exercise there, and I must call out to anyone that's listening that you've definitely incorporated this in your life. You've maintained it over several years. You were running marathons and half marathons when a lot of us, much younger people, couldn't think about such things. So, definitely, I have seen that and I've seen you incorporate that in your life. You're a big fan of cricket, and there's a lot of very interesting cricket related anecdotes and analogies in there, which is also really interesting in the book. How do you want people that read this book to engage with it across demographics, across cultures?
It's a good question. As I said, this book is about cultivating sustainable happiness, long, enduring happiness. So I encourage readers to approach this book as a journey, not as a destination. Because it is concerned with long term happiness, the methods have to be consistent and practiced in a very patient manner. Things don't fall into place straight away. And allowing these practices to become a part of daily routine. Each chapter is designed to build upon the previous one. So I recommend to the readers to take time to fully absorb and practice the strategies detailed in a particular chapter before moving on. Additionally, if possible, I would also want the readers to keep a journal to track the progress and reflect on the insights they have gained along the way. The goal is to create lasting change, and that requires dedication and willingness to explore and grow over an extended period of time. As I said, it's a journey. It's not a destination. I think that's how readers would get full benefit if they are able to engage in the book this way.
That is very true, especially what you mentioned about it being a journey, about the elements you need to be able to cultivate and then sustain using the strategies in this book. And I think when you are on a journey like that, there's nothing better than having a supportive guide, whether it is a book or whether it's other things that I know you are working on. So if you want to share a little bit about that, would be awesome.
Certainly. As you said, what I have described in the book is a general version, but each individual has their own specific needs and requirements. And for them, I'm trying to start a mentoring program so that I can hold their hand and take them along the journey. It's like going to a gym and having a personal trainer. You can accomplish far more by having a personal trainer than doing everything yourself because you tend to give up. So I'm starting a mentoring program and I will advertise that in my social media accounts as well as on my website of when it is going to start. It'll be a to start with, it'll be a very limited intake. And afterwards, I plan to scale it up to group classes. That's what I'd like to do in the near future.
That's super interesting. And I think definitely you have one vote and a person that is going to be there for sure. How can we get hold of the book? On what platforms is it available at the moment?
Oh, it's available online, basically at Amazon and also other online retailers such as Barnes and Noble and Kobo, etc. And I assume it is available in Apple and Google Books as well. Whoever sells books online, the book is available as in the form of an ebook, also in the form of a paperback. And shortly, an audiobook will also be available. It's getting prepared at the moment.
As we go through the book, the journey, is there anything else you want to share with everyone that they should keep in their mind that you think is important? And let's put it this way, what keeps you motivated every day and what could keep us motivated?
Many practices I have found, including mindfulness, which is almost treated like a panacea for many psychological problems, falls by the wayside. You go to a retreat, you read a book, it inspires you, and then you start think that my life has changed. And within no time, you're back to your busyness of your life and you're not practicing it anymore. So the key thing is consistent practice and being patient with it. And that's what motivates me. Every day, I want to get up and share with everyone what I have gained using these practices. This has given me tremendous help. It has made me a much, much happier person. I do get stressed, but mostly I'm happy. And I'd like to share these strategies with people. And that's what makes me get up every single day.
I have one more question actually. Why 60 days?
It's an interesting question. I have actually answered it in my book in a detailed manner. Why 60 days? The practices have to become a routine, like almost like a habit. And to form a habit, you have to do something repeatedly. Previously, they used to say 20 days for something to do repeatedly to become a habit. But then the latest research says that it takes about 58 days, 59 days for something to become a habit. And therefore, I just picked on 60 days. A lot of people advised me, why don't you make it shorter, like 4 weeks? I said, no, this is 60 days practice. And to keep the freshness, in the book, I've described a method where you're not practicing for all the 60 days exactly the same way. Every 15 days, to make it fresher, I've given 4 qualities that you can make into a habit and incorporate within your neural architecture. And that's the reason it is 16 days. 15 days, 4 different qualities, 60 days. But then again, as I said, 60 days is only to a starting point. Afterwards, it's a lifelong journey.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much, Uncle. It's been, as I said, I've read the book. It is definitely a very interesting read, start of a journey, as you said, and really looking forward to how this journey grows and builds and how it builds a community around people that are incorporating these strategies. Thank you.
Thanks, Amrita, for this. You've taken time out to do this interview. I know how busy you are with your professional work and also your little one, which is our little one as well. But anyway, thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.